Hey y'all, welcome back. It is Media Monday. Cynthia Mallard here. Good to see all of you. Thank you so much for riding with me. You're back. So we're going to have a good time tonight, right? Discussing our Media Mondays tips. So listen, if you're watching me, chances are you're on YouTube. Be sure to comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, right? And please do subscribe. I need your numbers, but I also need to know that you're here, and that what I am doing is helping to uplift you and to possibly advance you in what it is that you want to do in media, right? So listen, today's Media Mondays tip comes from one question, a fellow journalist who is looking to re-enter the media world as a journalist, right? And the question was, well, Cynthia, you know, let me just paraphrase it. Do I need to do all the multiple things that journalists are doing these days? Okay, so some of you guys don't know. If you've never been a journalist and you're thinking about, traveling on this road, taking this journey, he is referring to in 2020, it's no longer your reporter in most cases. Now it is called MMJ. Know what that stands for? Multimedia journalist, right? Multimedia journalist. So multimedia, as you know, that's everything, right? That's print, that's online, that's broadcast, that's social media, that's pictures, that's video. It's multimedia, and it's a lot, of information. Any kind of tool where you exchange messages, stories, communication, is multimedia. So he is asking me, he comes from the school of back in the day where, if you were hired as an on-air talent, you did one thing, right? You did one medium. You did your story and you broadcasted, and then you went home, and that was a little bit about it. I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. You already know, you vets out there, we do a lot more than just do one story and then go home. But I'm just being facetious a little bit. But he's just asking, all of the different social media, all the different platforms, does he have to do all that? You know what? Let me just go ahead and answer you. Yes, you do. It's 2020. When I read that question, and don't be upset with me. Don't be mad at me, okay? You're just being lazy. You're being lazy, and I mean that. I mean it in a nice way. This is 2020, right? And it is amazing. I think about, you could write a story back in the day and you had your one platform, right? If someone was not tuned into that television station, or they were not tuned into your radio station, they possibly missed it. Or maybe you were writing a story for print in a newspaper. And what if they didn't read the newspaper? Then they possibly missed your story. Yeah. This is 2020, and you have all sorts of social media, all sorts of platforms, multimedia, online broadcasts, as I've said before, print, social media. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So now these days, you can have your great story, your great idea, whatever. You can write it up. It can broadcast, on television, through television. But then you can also write it up and it goes through maybe Facebook Watch, right? The little blurb can be on Twitter. Ooh, exciting. You can do something on TikTok. Your story in pictures, right? Can be on Instagram. Wow. I mean, think about how many more people that your story will reach. So when I see that question, I'm just like, you know what? Just stop being lazy. How many of you, I mean, he's not alone. I'm sure there are some others who feel the same way, that it's a whole lot that multimedia journalists have to do today. And you're right. But we as journalists, you have to adapt with the times, right? So there's new technology that seems like it comes out like every single week. It seems like I wake up, I'm like, oh, He's a new medium, and it's cool. It's cool. It's absolutely cool. As long as it's getting your messages, your communication out, it's achieving what we want. You know, so many times think about how you may have put our story out there and it didn't come out the way you really wanted it to. You have so many platforms that you can make sure, right? That the angles that you want to talk about are there. One angle can be on Twitter, one angle can be on Facebook, and this can happen all at the same time to complete the pictures. So listen, don't be mad at me. Just jump on the horse. Jump on the horse. From the question, it seems like you feel like it may be harder than what it is. It's not. It's not that hard. I mean, everything takes a learning curve. Granted. But I guarantee you, once you jump back in, and you have all these myriad platforms to put your stories out there as a new multimedia journalist. You will be so happy. You will be pleasantly surprised. Okay, listen. Be sure thumbs up, thumbs down on this Media Mondays tip. Leave me a comment. Okay, and don't forget, guys, subscribe. So I'll see you guys next week.